What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It is Sunday over here. Currently, Bitcoin is above 27K. It did get a pretty good move this week overall. Brought up quite a bit of these altcoins up with it. We're going to see if this trend continues into next week because it is about to hit some pretty strong resistance, in my opinion, at about that 28K level. Let's see if Bitcoin will have a hard time breaking through this resistance for the bulls, and would it actually be able to bring quite a bit of these altcoins continuing on the upside there? We're going to be taking a look into Bitcoin very quick. Of course, I've already done a previous post on Bitcoin today, so if you guys are interested in that, do take a look into that into more detail. The main topic for this post, however, it will be about Moonriver token, MOVR, MOVR. See what has gone on in this market since the last time I've covered it. Is it actually breaking out of its downtrend that it's been in for quite some time? We're going to be taking a look into some upside and downside price targets for this coin, as well as some key price levels for this coin to break in order to go either direction. I'll be giving you guys my personal sentiment and opinions on this market later in this video, on the overall crypto markets later in this video, so make sure to stay around for that. Lastly, of course, none of what I'm saying here is financial advice. It's purely my personal opinions and speculations. I could very well be wrong. I'm not an elite trader or a financial advisor of any sort, even though I am a profitable trader who's been able to keep most of my profits during the last bear market, but I'm looking to crush it here for the next bull cycle. So if you guys feel the same way, if you guys feel pumped, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Let's get right into the charts here. So first of all, before I forget, I want to address some questions in the comment section. I do see quite a bit of comments asking me what are some price targets for certain coins going into the bull run. Now, the short answer from me is, you guys can tell that I am a short-term trader here. I really just play it by the charts, right? I don't really consider anything else, to be honest with you, right? I don't consider the projects. I don't consider really what's going on with the coin teams or the teams behind the coins. I'll just be completely upfront with you. It's all based on the chart here. It's going to be very short term. So because of that, I will not be able to answer your longer term questions into a bull run, right? So that's my answer for you. You might have to find the answer somewhere else, right? Also want to say, I realized that my last video had the audio and the recording, the screen recording, to be kind of off sync because Zoom was lagging kind of halfway through. So I hope that doesn't happen on this post here. Just in case it does happen, you guys know that it's because of a possible lag from Zoom, okay? Now, let's take a look into MOVR here, okay? See what's going on with this market since the last time we've talked about it, okay? So MOVR currently is at about $4.09. Not doing too much today. A lot of altcoins, I haven't seen too much movement over the weekend. Not what I expected, actually. I expected quite a bit more movement, but not too much movement over this weekend. You guys let me know what you guys are trading and see if you guys are seeing anything different, right? But not too much movement in my bags here. Let's take a look into MOVR, right? On this weekly time frame, we're going to go to the weekly time frame, where I did point out that there was let's come to the 3-day time frame, because I think that's where we had 3 wicks touching, right? Yeah, we got 3 wicks touching on this 3-day time frame, but what I hate about TradingView here is It's just not adjusting for the sizes and the scale of the candles, so it's pretty hard to see, right? But we do have a falling wedge here. Last time I talked about this coin, I did say that you know, if it breaks out by 2 3-day candles ago, the 3-day candle of September 25th, then we'll get a measured target of about $11 area. However, price action, did it actually break out? I wouldn't consider that as a breakout. I mean, that's a very, it's a very short wick above the top trend line there. So I would not consider that to be a breakout, and I still do consider this falling wedge to be valid. That's just a very short wick above there. So it is still very close to that top trend line there. So, I mean, you know, this swing could be the swing that breaks out. I don't know, right? I mean, it's just very close to the top trend line there, right? So you have, you know, I mean, it's very close to a possible breakout, right? Of course, it's still possible that this price action gets rejected at this top trend line and come all the way back to the bottom trend line there as well. So, you know, nothing is guaranteed in this market. You really just got to be realistic, right? Let's take a look into the weekly time frame here, right? I am going to adjust this upper trend line for that very I would just call that a possible fake out there. That was a fake out there, right? So I'm gonna adjust for that. I'm gonna put the measurement for the measure target. Let's just say, okay, if for the sake of getting a measure target, if it actually breaks out by in 2 weeks, okay, 2 weekly candles, which is really just 1 week away because we're getting close to the end of this weekly candle here. Let's say if it actually breaks out by the week of October 9th, just for example, I'm not saying I'm not saying it does have to break out by then, but I'm just taking a measure target and picking a random breakout point here that seems to be reasonable. And since the price action is very close to this upper trend line, I think that's reasonable. Then you get a measure target of about $10.50 area, just to be even there, okay? Let's take a look into the daily time frame here and see if we could be getting any clues on what could be happening, okay? All right, so trading view is not adjusting for the scale here. Okay, here you go. All right. So it looks like I pointed out this price action has been running within this smaller falling channel pattern within this bigger falling wedge, right? Measure target out of that smaller falling channel is going to be, well, was $4.75 area. Okay, so it looks like the price action has basically met that target or very close, right? We're gonna let's see if on the 4-hour time frame, right? So let me go ahead and take away those trend lines there because the measure target has already been met for that falling wedge, that smaller falling wedge. Let's take a look into the 4-hour time frame. Let's see what this could be, right? I mean, we don't really have a fully formed pattern here. Not that I recognize, right? It could be probably a symmetrical triangle. No, it's not a symmetrical triangle because it's not symmetrical. The bottom trend line is way too flat, right? So we don't really have a fully formed pattern here. My best guess, it's a guess, not a fully formed pattern, is that, you know, if the price action comes back up here to retest about $4.50 area, right, with these candle wicks here, or even potentially up to $4.65 area, this could potentially form some type of cup and handle, which is a bullish pattern, but this is a very long shot guess right now. It's not a formed pattern, but we don't have a fully formed pattern right now, so that's my best guess right now, right? But it does have to go back to retest that $4.50 to $4.65 area. Now, when that happens, or if something else happens, I could go ahead and do a follow-up on MOVR here, the coin here, So if you guys want to see more updates on MOVR, like, subscribe, comments. I will bring you guys an update if enough of you guys want to see it. All right, now let's take a look into some key price levels. This price action does need to break in order to get to the upside, okay? On this weekly time frame here, we do have the weekly 21 SMA currently about $5.15 area, the blue line here. And then we have the weekly 50 SMA, the gray line here, at about $7 area. Let's come to the monthly time frame, see if we have any moving averages. Okay, so the monthly 21 SMA is way out there at about $16. So I'm not really going to worry about that right now as resistance if I was in a position, right? That's just me. Now you guys can do the same drill for the 3-day time frame, daily time frames, looking for moving averages. That could be supports and resistances. For time's sake, I'm not going to be doing that here. You guys can also look into further supports and resistances based on past trading history as well. We can do some of that here for support, right? Because I don't think do we have any moving averages below the price action as support right now? Yes, we do. We have the daily 21 SMA immediate support at about the $4 area, the blue line here. And that's basically it as moving average, at least, you know, on a higher time frame, right? As a major moving average, right? And then if that doesn't hold, it looks like you're basically pretty close to all-time lows here, right? So is the all-time low? I mean, we're basically at all-time low as far as I can read it right now. If the daily 21 SMA does not hold, and that's at about $3, and that's about $4 area, then you're going to be coming back to retest some of these previous lows here, right? Which is basically the all-time low. First stop will probably be about that $3.75 area from this group of candles here. The next area down would be about the $3.40 area, right? If neither of those hold, then I'm going to assume that, you know, if neither of those hold and the price action continues running within this falling wedge here, then, you know, my only other estimate I can give you is going to be based on this bottom trend line, which is going to be pretty far down. Of course, I'm sure there's going to be some bounces along the way, but the only other estimate I can give you is based on this bottom trend line, which is terrible, terribly down. You know, I really doubt that would get down there. Just saying, just my opinion, not financial advice, right? Which is going to be below zero, of course. So, I mean, you know, in this sense, technical analysis doesn't make sense. It doesn't always make sense, so you just got to use your judgment sometimes. Now, you know, I hope you guys do go ahead and Google search the trading concepts I'm talking about here. The measure targets, the falling channels. Don't just take my word for it, right? Go ahead and chart these on your own. I think that's the biggest takeaway you can get from watching YouTube on trading. It's technical analysis. Go ahead and educate yourself and be in this game for the long run, right? Now let's go ahead and go to Bitcoin real quick, right? Bitcoin is trying to stay on top of 27K. Up about 0.5% today. So actually, that's pretty decent movement for over the weekend for Bitcoin. It is still trying to stay away from this breakdown of this double top pattern here. That's more apparent on the weekly time frame, but you know, it's trying to stay away from that. But we're not far still. I mean, we're like 10% down away from that. I mean, that's not too much distance from a possible breakdown still. So I am still very cautious on this market right now, even though I am still overall bullish on this overall crypto market. I am long on quite a bit of altcoins, but you know, this is what I'm still paying attention to. Bitcoin is still the main driver of this crypto market. if Bitcoin, if Bitcoin actually crashes, I don't think a lot of these altcoins would be the exception to go down with it, right? If you guys don't believe me, if you guys, name some altcoins that have actually been going up since November of 2021, which was basically where Bitcoin crashed, right? So that's basically what I'm seeing so far. If you guys do want to see more of Moonriver, like, subscribe, comment. I will bring you guys an update if you guys want to see it. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have a great rest of the weekend, and I'll see you guys later.